Hello everybody, this is Haile. Today I'm going to show you how to create PostgreSQL in AWS or Amazon Web Service or Amazon Cloud, right? And I will show you to how to connect to this create database remotely using a client. Okay, first of all, you need to have an account, right? The Amazon account to access their service. So here I am in the Amazon Management Console, right? Amazon Management Console. And here is list of services, right? So many services, right? So many services. But now I need only this database service. So click database. Because what kind of database? Relational database, right? RDS means relational database service, right? So choose this one because Postgre is the relational database, right? It's relational database. That's why I have chosen the RDS. RDS is nothing but relational database service. All right. I think my connection is not good. Oh, come on. Oh, it's very slow. Yes. It's very slow. Yeah. So click create database, right? Click create database. It's creating, right? It's creating the database for us. Here it has 6 options, right, for the RDS purpose, but we need only the Postgre, right? You can use Oracle, MySQL, okay, SQL Server, most commonly used ones, right? But for now, I need only the Postgre, okay? The version, I will take the default one, 13.7, right? How about the plan? I will use the free one, right? The free one, okay? So that cost will not be incurred. I will use the free one, okay? Go on. Here is the instance, DB instance identifier, okay? DB instance identifier is nothing but it's an instance, right? It's an instance, right? Like EC2 instance, right? EC2 instance, like it's instance where we create from the Linux, Windows, or Mac OS, right? So this one is it's not the name of the database, right? Mind you, it's not the name of the database. It's the instance name, right? Where we can create in this instance, we can create so many databases, right? So this one is not the name of the database, right? So what can you say? Sorry, test DB, right? Test PostgreDB, PostgreDB, PostgreDB. Okay, I can say this one is identifier. So what's next? Master username, right? Master username. You all know that we need the username and password to connect to database, right? We need at least a username, right? Maybe we may not have a password, right? If we are not security, we may use a password, but it's at least must have the username. So I will choose a username. What kind of username? For example, I can say user one, right? User one. Very simple username. User one. How about password? The password is something. Okay. Something I have chosen a password, okay, which is not disclosed for you, okay. So I have created the username and password. The storage, I will use the default one, right? I will use the default one. How about the connectivity? I will also use the default one, right? Virtual private network, it will create a default for us, right? So I will leave it as a default. How about the access? The access method or access method? Yeah, access method will be for me public, right? Because I need to access it remotely. So I will choose a public one, right? Public access, yes or no? I have chosen yes because I need to access it remotely. Okay. How about the yeah? How about down here, right? Down here there is a security group option, right? Security group. You guys may know what security group is, right? Security group is nothing but the firewall. I think you may know what firewall is already. It's a device, right? It helps us. It's a tool. It helps us secure our service, right, or our network, right? So we can write some rules, right, to deny or allow inbound and outbound traffic, right? Ingress and egress traffic. So either you will use the default one or create a new one, right? Okay. for the new one, you can give it some name, right? Okay, I will choose the default one. Okay, no problem. You choosing it's okay using the default one. Okay, how about the availability zone? You guys know, I think, what availability zone is, right? Maybe. So I will choose the US East A1. Okay, I'm using the US East one. Okay, the US East one as my availability zone. About the port, this one is the default port, so I will leave intact, right? Because it's enough for me. Yeah, how about the authentication part? I will use the password-based authentication, right? Password, I will check the password-based authentication because I have already created password and username, right? So it's enough for me. Of performance, I will leave it intact. Okay, I will not touch it because, okay, here it comes, right? Here it comes, additional configuration. Here is the name of the database, right? Here is the name of the database. So I will call my database Postgre. Yeah, I can Postgre. You can say Postgre 1.1, right? Postgre 1.1 is my database, right? Postgre _1 or Postgre 1.1, right? Maybe you can say _1. Okay, Postgre _1 is my database, right? So don't forget this one because we will use this data, right, to connect to our database remotely, right? So what's down? Go down. This is the backup. Okay, so by default it will be retained for 7 days. Let it be. Okay, never touch it. Okay, I will not touch it. Encryption, I will not touch it. Log exports. Okay, it's okay. Maintenance. Okay. So that's all. Then click create DB. Okay, create DB. It takes some minutes actually. It's not created straight afterwards, right? So it's not get it immediately. It takes some time. Can you see? Its status is creating, right? Can you see? It's creating. It takes some time to create. From 5 to 50, even it can take till 15 minutes, right? So it needs some patience. It needs some patience. But I do have already created databases, right? So I will show you using the created one because I think you will not have some patience to till this one will create, right? You may not have a patience until this will be created. So I will use a default one. I will use the already created one, right? So already created one. So for example, I can use this one. Okay, this one. I can use this one. All right. This one is the database. The name of, I can see the name of the database by clicking here, right? Configuration. Its name is Postgre, right? Can you see? Postgre is the name of my database. Okay, Postgre is the name of my database, and username is Haida21, right? Haida21. Okay, so let's connect. Let's check this database from our client. Okay, to check whether this one is working, right? We need to connect to it. Yeah. So let's go to the client. Let's go to the client. Okay, I can use this one. Okay, first I will use the CLI based client, right? And later I will show you the graphical based one. Okay, first, so I will use this PSQL is a CLI based tool, right? Which helps us to connect to the already created database. So host, okay, I will use host. Okay, let me show you how to find the host. The host is nothing but the API endpoint, right? It's the API endpoint. So click this one. Here is the API endpoint, right? So choose this one, right? This is our host. So I will paste it here, right? About the username. Next is you see we need both the API endpoint, the password, and the username to connect. Even the database, right? We need the name of database, the password, the username, and the host, right? Connects our database. So I will put the name of username here. Our username is Haida21, as I told you before. About my database is Postgre, right? Postgre is my database. Postgre. You see? This is my data. Okay, yeah. This is the password. Okay, my password is blah blah. Okay. Here it is. Okay, here it is. It's working, right? If you see this kind of okay, let me Yeah, this is this one, right? So we are in the Postgre part. Okay, we can see the list of databases. Okay, maybe in this one we can say list, right? List. Can you see how many databases we have? So maybe 4 or 5 databases in template one, something like that. Okay, so we can use the default database. We can choose one. We don't have so many databases here. You can choose one by calling the name, right? By calling the name. So I can choose Postgre, right? Postgre. Here it is. Okay. So let me see how if I have tables already. DT, right? DT means show me the list of the table, right? DT means show me the list of the tables in this database. Yeah. Actually, I do have already two tables in this database, right? Feed item and user. These are the already created database, right? I was using the database for other purpose, so I'd have two tables here, right? I'd have 2 tables here. Here it is. So that's all right. You can create even table here, but I'm not going to show you that one, right? It's not part of our today's tutorial. So we have, that means we have connected to our database using this client, the PSQL client. How about using the GUI client, right? So I do have one to write postbird. Okay, this is a tool, right? This tool helps me to connect to the my PostgreSQL remotely. It's not the only one, by the way. You can see we can use, for example, pgadmin, right? pgadmin is another GUI-based client to connect to your PostgreSQL. So this is the host, right? I would paste my host. Okay, this one is a default port. It's already okay. This one is username, right? You have to put the username and password here, right? And the name of the database. Name of database. Okay. Query, maybe if you need something, select all from something. Okay, you can put the query, but for connection purpose, no need of start query, right? So I will click connect, right? I will click connect. There it is, right? So I am in the Postgre database, right? Can you see here is the name of the database? Under this one, this are the tables, okay, tables of database, right? As I told you already, I have user and feed item tables in my database, right? My database. Can you see this is the schema. This is the schema. Does not have any data, but it's only the schema, right? It's only the schema. It's already created schema. Okay. So this is a tool. This is a graphical tool, right? It's a graphical tool. So it's up to you whether to use the graphical or the CLI based. I think this is okay for Windows guys, right? Windows guys are happier with graphical interface, and the Linux guys are highly comfortable with the CLI. Okay, so it's up to you which one to choose, right? To choose, it's up to you to choose. So I think it's clear. I think it's clear, right? So this one is, you can go to DB, right? DB still it's backing up, right? Still it has not finished. It has not finished creating, right? It takes time, as I told you, it takes 5 to 15 minutes to create this one, right? Still it's backing up. Still it's backing up, but later on, surely later on, it will be turned out into the status of available, right? To turn out into status of available. I have already 3 databases created, and this will be already the 4th one. Okay, yeah. So I think this is all. It's all. You can practice in your own. Maybe if you have, but the problem is that you need to have the account, right, to access this management console or to their service. So those of you have the account, you can try it. Okay, you can try it. I hope it's clear. Okay, I hope it's clear. So it's enough for today. See you another time. Enjoy it.